Thank you guys for coming back to another episode of Cobra TV, and this is going to be a podcast, kind of like a survival log podcast. Kind of talk about what's going on with the channel, what's going on with the gameplay, and I haven't really sat down and had made a video kind of talking to you guys in a while because I've been so caught up in playing survival mode. But first off, I want to thank one of my subscribers for making this awesome picture that I've been using as my thumbnail here recently. Did an amazing job. Thank you so much. It kind of catches the essence of Cobra goofy footing through the No Man's Sky universe. And also, if you're noticing the name change and the survival mode episode, it was just called Survival Episode and Survival Episode 1, you know, just a generic title to the series. But I named it Revenge of the Survivor because of the first playthrough, episode 1, where it was a rage quit. And it was never supposed to be a series, but after I got done with episode 2, I got completely hooked on survival mode, and they become episodes after that. So in regards to the very first episode 1, it is the Revenge of the Survivor. But I've been having so much fun playing survival mode. And, you know, in the subcast, when I talk about how cool survival mode is, in no way am I ever, trying to indicate that normal mode is for people that can't handle survival mode, or the creative mode is any less or anything like that. It's just one of my favorite modes. But what I am going to try and start doing is uploading every single day. There's so many things I want to get to. There's new identity gameplay that I've been trying to find a spot to be able to talk about it and take a look at the identity gameplay, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So I think I'm going to do it within the next few days. But it looks truly amazing. It's gameplay just inside one of the apartments that you could own, and it shows how you can customize it, how you can use the television to watch YouTube videos and other things like that. So it's really cool, and I can't wait to talk about that. Another thing that I want to do is showcase some of your guys' bases that you have built, either in creative, normal, or in survival. And also, I tweeted out asking people to show me their ships and that they currently had, and I kind of want to share that a little bit too. So if you want to share your base, I would say a good place to probably do that is to add me on Facebook, or Twitter even. I'll just retweet it to my Facebook page. If you tweet it out your base or your ships or anything you want me to share, tweet it out or add me on Facebook and post it on my wall or tag me in it. Due to the holidays being so close, I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing a subcast this Tuesday. Maybe I will, if I can find time, if I can get home in time. We could do a subcast. And if you're new to the channel, a subcast is it's a podcast that I do with the subscribers of Cobra TV. We get on, and you don't even have to be subscribed. You could just call in, and we just talk about, normally what we talk about is No Man's Sky, but it's not limited to No Man's Sky. But going back to survival, we got our ship running, and we ended up getting to our base, and we've started construction. We got a construction builder in there, and on our journey to get Spandonium, we ended up getting lost. I just kept warping and warping and warping, and a lot of subscribers have pointed out that I can, scan for my recent recent discoveries that are close by, and I probably would have found my previous star system that I was in. But I like how I didn't think of that. I like how it was a little bit of an adventure to go out and have that uncertainty of, oh my god, I'm warping further and further away from my base, and I couldn't get Terminus working. And I'm not looking at people's videos because people are done going through the motions in survival. People are done going through the motions in normal mode about getting Terminus working, about getting their bases built, and they're starting farming and things like that. And partly because of my job, and I have recorded a ton of footage that I have not uploaded yet. So I'm further along in the game than what my videos are showing. But, I feel like, that since people have gotten past those milestones, they can now go back and see somebody, myself, who is purposely trying not to look. I mean, you guys are helping out in the comment section. It's kind of spoilers, but and that's fine. It's perfect. But to be able to see somebody go through these new features, I've talked about the game for so many years, but none of this was covered. None of the survival. Well, some of it was. But a lot of it wasn't. Such as the terminus and some of the building and things like that. And I mean that it's all new and fresh, and I'm trying to keep it new and fresh for myself as I'm playing through, because I think it creates excitement. Normally what I would have done is I would have checked out some people's gameplay or found some kind of wiki to see the perfect way to survive, or if I had a bad run in one of my videos, I probably would have deleted the save and redid it so that I wouldn't look like a noob or whatever, make it look like I knew what I was talking about and knew what I was doing and just proing it out. But I don't want that. I'm not trying to make a let's play. I'm not trying to make a tutorial, although people have said my videos like the anti-tutorial, that you can learn what not to do. The saying that people are putting all in the comment section and places, don't do what Cobra do. And I love that. I think that's really awesome. But I want my playthrough and survival to be more like an episodic comedic journey as I venture out and stumble across these new things and learn about these new things. And yes, I might pass up some plutonium just to get you guys to yell at the screen. Yes, I might try and mispronounce something to get you guys to say something funny in the comment section. The playthrough series is it's supposed to have a little bit of comic relief, a little bit of adventure, just something fun to wind down at the end of the day and watch me goofy foot all the way through this universe, all the way through survival. But I am going to try and start uploading every single day. I don't know how sure I am that I can do that, but I really want to. Another good thing to note that we talked about in the last subcast that we did is the version 1.13. They actually fixed the death loop. I have not experienced another death loop because I have been careful. As goofy as it looks, I have been very, 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 very careful to not get stuck into another death loop. I have developed this phobia of not having enough plutonium before I even think about getting inside my ship, or I've developed this fear of landing my ship and fear that there is no plutonium nearby. In my journey, though, I have seen some planets that would have been a lot better, a lot cooler to build my base on than the one that I have, but I really love the one that I've built my base on, and I've named it Bellari 5 because of the cold weather, for one. Number two, at the end of the when we were before release, we kept getting new footage and it was always Bellari 5, and it seemed like in my survival adventures I kept going back to that planet for one reason or another, and the biggest reason was I knew where the resources were, I knew where to look, and I knew that there was caves there that I could be safe in, so I kept constantly going back to this snowy planet. So I decided, in relation to always getting new footage and it was always Bellari 5 and me constantly going back to this planet, I decided to name it Bellari 5. Another thing that I want to do is I kind of want to give a tour and talk about the wildlife, the alien wildlife within this star system, and show off the planets. I think I gotta wait until I'm a little bit more upgraded than what I am right now. But where we are in the journey as it stands is we are starting in episode 11. We get our scientists, and we're gonna start going on these missions that the NPCs are having me go on, and then we're going to start construction of the base. And I might change the layout of what I've built so far, based on what I see from you guys. If you tweet out your bases, or if you tag me in them on Facebook so I can feature them in a video. You know, I'm definitely, I know I'll get some ideas off of you guys. This crazy awesome stuff. The only thing I ask though about sharing your bases is if you put it in the tweet or the Facebook description that if it's modded, that you say it's modded, so that way people are like, wait a minute, I can't build a base that huge, that big. But as we look ahead to further updates for No Man's Sky, some of the things that I really hope to see is, you know, and they said this was a small update in comparison to what's to come, and it's the foundation of what's to come, and the foundation of building. So this is just a beginning. This is just a start of the free updates that they promised us. So I'm super interested to see what else they have in store for us. We know that there are land buggies, you know, like the land vehicles that we are seeing hints of within the game. I think those are going to be added for sure. I think they're going to improve the building system, maybe make the limit bigger or add more stuff to craft with, you know, for the buildings or the bases. And you know, keep it in the back of your head, even though Sean Murray's always kind of shot down the multiplayer thing, he's always talked about it, that they have these plans that they're not ready to talk about yet, and it's a plan for a more traditional multiplayer experience. And then in August, in the PlayStation EU magazine, he actually said essentially what you're going to have after No Man's Sky is released is No Man's Sky Online, where you can warp to your friends or they can warp to you. So that is something I'm definitely interested in. Get a big old giant Skype party with a bunch of Cobra TV subscribers, and we can just go off and just, I don't know, go pirate killing or go on an extermination raid of the Lasher plants. And those two things right there, they sound so good to me. Just get a bunch of Cobra TV subscribers and just go on out and just go on pirate raids or Lasher plant raids. That, to me, is a good Friday night. I would also like to take this opportunity right now to thank the Patreon supporters that have just joined the Cobra TV's Patreon. Steve Evans, Kristin Barsel. Oh my gosh, I don't want you to be mad at me, but I cannot pronounce your name. Jere Viinonen. Jere Viinonen. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have done this. Metaljin, David Crowder, Gamer First, Jar. It's got to be French. I am so super sorry. I am super sorry. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. Also, I featured it in my last video, episode 10, but I want to go ahead and put it up here too. Steve Evans crafted a No Man's Sky spaceship out of something else. I don't know what he used, but he did a really amazing job on it, and just wanted to share it with you guys. The most important thing is that I wanted to really talk to you guys about is I am wanting ideas for the channel. The survival series is not going to last forever. Are the videos too long? Should they be 30 minutes? Should they be an hour? Should they be every day? Should they be every other day? Should they be once a week? And then there's the other thing that I've done in the past, Indie TV, which we talk about other indie games that are in development, and I want to do one on Identity, the new gameplay they released. But any ideas and suggestions about the future of this channel is more than welcome. So if you have any ideas, or if you like the way things are going, or if you don't like the way things are going, this channel is not just for me. I want to make content that people enjoy watching, and what's important to me is that I do that. So if you guys are not happy with the way things are going, please leave your constructive criticism down below. I love things like that. That helps me become a better content creator. Guys, I think that's it. I think I'm going to make this a really short little podcast here. I just wanted to take an opportunity to be able to talk to you guys. Instead of playing the game, we're going to resume with episode 11, hopefully tomorrow. And we'll get right back into it. As always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. You guys rock. You're all amazing. Don't let anybody ever tell you anything different. And I will see you all in the next video. Until next time.